When Tesla was soaring at 424 in January, we issued a bold statistical call. Get ready for a drop to 260 or even 200. This is the call. And fast forward, and Tesla has now shed 38%, sitting just 3 points above our target. But here's the twist. Some key signals are beginning to flash reversal. It is time for Tesla to recharge and rally. In today's analysis, we'll dive deep into the candles, explore together the Elliott Wave structure, and pinpoint exactly what needs to happen next to confirm the turnaround. Buckle up, this could be the start of something big. So, this was the call that we issued in the middle of January, closer to the end, and on February 1st, we identified the targets. So, this was a pure statistical call based on this event. Tesla made a bearish cross MACD on the weekly frame, and we ran statistical analysis, and there were only 20 crosses for the whole history of Tesla, ranging from 25 to 67% losses after the call, after them, and averaging about 44%. So we projected that this move would be somewhere between 33 and 46%. Right now, Tesla lost 38% after a call, and perhaps it is time to get a reversal. Now, let's move on to other charts and see what happens. This is the candle perspective. What we are seeing here is that Tesla just lost the 200 days moving average, and perhaps it could be moving lower. However, the candle is not entirely bearish at this point, and we have two green candles, and now the red one didn't manage to negate them. So far, this is kind of neutral, and if we see a strong bullish formation in the next couple of days, say tomorrow or early next week, we could consider this as a beginning of something bigger. And if we look at the weekly frame right now, so Tesla is falling, and however, this is a triple 50, 100, and 200 days moving averages, blue, purple, and red ones. So this could provide a very strong support and potential at least a bounce here. So, and the very important would be tomorrow's closure. If Tesla manages to pull back and close somewhere here above last week, above previous week low, this could be treated as a potential bottoming candle. And if we look at the hourly frame, here, this is what we are seeing is a very strong divergence on RSI and also on other indicators. And if we change it to our other frame, so let's say the daily one, even on the daily frame, we can see a minimal divergence here. So there is a good chance that Tesla may reverse here, especially after being oversold on the daily frame. And this is the candle perspective. And before we move on, I'd like to show another maybe educational one. This is the call that we made long ago, back in 2022. This was a very interesting one. So we had Tesla made three gaps in a row on the weekly frame. 1, 2, 3 here, and it was in October, November 2021. And we said, guys, it's not gonna end well, and we issued a call. So 3 gaps in a wave. This is the daily chart, but it transformed into the weekly as a three gaps, and this was the outcome. So we had three gaps, and after that Tesla started falling, and it was an amazing call overall. So that's a quick educational session. So what happens when you have three gaps in a row, especially on the weekly frame? It's worth remembering. Now let's move on to the Elliott Wave charts. So this is the chart that we've been tracking since January 21st, when Tesla was 420. And technically, the chart remains intact until today. So I did some re-evaluation here, and I think that there is a perspective for an ABC structure here. So this would be wave C. However, it's interesting that wave C could be a diagonal because of this tiny overlap. And let me make it clear for you. So this tiny overlap, just a few basis points, but nevertheless, it technically invalidates the impulse down, and there is a good chance that this wave can become an ending diagonal for wave C. So that's the perspective. If this happens and we see a very strong bounce here, then we might consider this as a potential count, and the wave would be completed, and we would be looking for another corrective for a bigger corrective action, and this is we can only see on a bigger frame. So let's pull it. This is again our very nice call that we made early in January when Tesla was almost 400, and this was a chart. We were saying that Tesla is risky at this moment because it has so many overlaps, and it either completed a diagonal, ending diagonal expanding in the purple count, or it's just an WXY as an ABC formation for wave Y. And in this case, it was expected to move here somewhere between 240 and 138. 138, it's at the origin level of the diagonal, and it is expected to return there one way or the other. And this formation was inspired by this chart. This is a textbook example from the Prachter's book, famous Prachter's book about Elliott waves. So if you haven't read this book, it is highly recommended. Well, now let's talk about the chart. So what we are seeing here, first of all, this is potentially potentially impulsive wave, but we just discussed possible complications, and it's not necessarily an impulse. So what I am looking for is a perspective, more complex wave, either C or W, the wave Y of the WXY formation, and I'm talking about this potential formation. So just to here you have a visual picture. So in this case, wave Y could be an ABC, something like this, or WXY itself, and this is the possibility. So let's say this is wave W, this is wave X, and this is wave Y. So let me just change the degree to something different. So yes, that's the possibility also, and we would be looking for it. However, I'd like to emphasize that this is important. This is important. So if this wave as a diagonal completes as a diagonal, and it overlaps here, so the wave that will start here has all the chances to return to this level. This would be 430, 440. Technically 440, 439.72. Let me put it here. 439.972. This would be potential for a bounce. Quite a lot, I would say. But this is the perspective, and this would be another wave. Let's say this wave X that I put here. So that's the perspective for Tesla. Tesla is on the brink with the technical setup, hinting at a potential rally just as it approaches our long-standing target zone. Whether this bounce sparks a short-lived relief or the next major run, we'll be tracking every move, wave by wave. Stay ahead of the next shift with our daily market waves report and premium insights at investingangles.com. And new readers will be very surprised by our marketing team. I'd like to say that our community is growing at an incredible pace. Over 1,300 new members joined us just last week in 7 days. Thank you all for your trust and support. Your engagement truly motivates us to deliver even sharper market insights every day. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe and stay ahead of the trends. We are rapidly approaching the 5,000 subscriber milestone right now. And our weekly digest is gaining incredible momentum. Don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow traders, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss a critical Tesla update. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy trading.